Hello students, today we are going to start the very first poem of your book, First Flight, and the name of the poem is Dust of Snow, written by Robert Frost. Well, let us now begin with the introduction of the poem. Dust of Snow, written by Robert Frost, is a very simple and short poem, yet it conveys a deeper and larger meaning. The poet explains how an act as simple as experiencing snow on one's body can brighten one's day up. The poem also signifies how this petty act enlightens his inner conscience. The message of the poem is put into words by Robert Frost as always, always a larger significance. A little thing touches a larger thing. Let us know something about the poet. Robert Frost was one of the most celebrated figures in American poetry. He was the author of numerous poetry collections, including New Hampshire, Henry Holt and Company in 1923. He was born in San Francisco in 1874. He lived and taught for many years in Massachusetts and Vermont. He died in Boston in 1963. Now let us read the poem once. A Dust of Snow by Robert Frost. The way a crow shook down on me the dust of snow from hemlock tree has given my heart a change of mood and saved some part of a day I had rued. Now the themes. Dust of Snow has as its main themes as follows: communication between nature and humans, nature healing and helping with negative human emotions, the significance of small natural events. You can see that the poem, though being very small, perhaps of 8 lines, still it conveys deeper meaning, it carries deeper meaning and themes. Let us begin with the explanation of the poem. Stanza 1. The way a crow shook down on me the dust of snow from a hemlock tree. The poet narrates a small incident that changed his mood. It seems very simple, but it has a great significance. The poet was very depressed and hopeless, perhaps in a state of depression and sorrow, and he was lost in his thoughts. He was passing by a hemlock tree. Suddenly, a crow that was sitting over the tree shook the tree, and the fine particles of snow from the tree fell on the poet. Here, whether the poet was passing by a hemlock tree or he was sitting under a hemlock tree is unknown. It is predicted. Similarly, whether the crow had perched on the branch of the hemlock tree or whether the bird was readjusting itself or whether it had shivered and hence the snow particles from the tree had fallen on the poet is unknown. And now stanza 2. Has given my heart a change of mood and saved some part of a day I had rued. Through these lines, the poet conveys that when the soft and cold snow fell on the poet, it changed his state of mood from sadness to happiness. He started feeling peaceful and refreshed. This simple incident helped him enjoy as the rest of the day was saved from being depressed and he did not need to carry the depressing mood. Thus, he became very happy as it saved his rest of the day from being wasted and being depressed. Well, let us now discuss the summary of the poem. Dust of Snow is a beautiful and short poem composed by Robert Frost. This poem tells that even a simple moment or a petty act has a large significance in one's life. The poet has mentioned crow and hemlock tree in this poem. Crow signifies his depressive and sorrowful mood, and hemlock tree is a poisonous tree. Both these signify that the poet was not in a good mood, and so he describes the dark, depressive, and bitter side of nature to present his state of mind. But when the crow shakes some dust of snow on him, his mood changes from sadness to happiness and saves his rest of the day from being wasted away, perhaps in depression. Well, let us now discuss the poetic device used in the poem. First of all, rhyme scheme. The rhyme scheme of the poem is A B A B C D C D. The next poetic device is symbolism. Hemlock tree and crow are the two symbols used by the poet in the poem. The third one is alliteration. The third poetic device is alliteration. The occurrence of the same letter or sound at the beginning of adjacent or closely connected words. The examples of alliterations are has given my heart. The letters H in this sentence, has given my heart, represents alliteration, and in the second sentence, and saved some part, the sound of S in the words saved and some in the second sentence is alliteration. The next poetic device is inversion. The definition of inversion is when the structure of a sentence is changed by the poet to create rhyme. This poetic license is called inversion. In stanza 1, inversion can be seen. Now the next poetic device is assonance. The prominence of a vowel sound throughout a line is called assonance. In stanza 1, line number 2, shook down on me, O sound is prominent. Now, the next poetic device is enjambment. I repeat, enjambment. When the same sentence continues to the next line without the use of any punctuation marks, it is called enjambment. It has been used throughout the poem. Well, now it is time for some important questions. As assignment, you need to take down these questions in your notebook and solve it. The questions are 5 in number and they are very important. Question number 1. What does the poet want to convey through the poem Dust of Snow? Question number 2. And saved some part of a day I had rued. Explain. Question number 3. Nature has the power to lift our mood even when we are highly despondent. Comment with the reference to the poem Dust of Snow. Question number 4. Small things in life make significant changes in our life. Elaborate with reference to the poem Dust of Snow. This question has come in 2014 in the board exams. And the last question is, what is the central idea of the poem Dust of Snow? Well, I hope you understood the poem and enjoyed it. That was all in this video. Thank you.